Hi, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Instagram. I wanted to share something that was coming through today. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done an Instagram live where I'm just chit-chatting. What a time on the planet, huh? What a freaking time to be on the planet. What a time to be in a physical body. What a freaking time to be here, man. Holy shiitake mushrooms. My God. My goodness gracious. I wanted to jump on. Heavy week. What a heavy month. Oh my God. Or a heavy year? Or a beautiful year? Oh, hi India. It's good to see you. Hello. Just swear. My whole body is like heavy and intense. Oh, so much going through it. I wanted to share this analogy. I have a call soon that I have to get on, but hi Brazil. I have to share this analogy that came in. Loved our online class today. Hi, Kat. Yeah, I wanted to share the analogy that came in today in my online class. It was just so good. And I don't know about you, but it can be so lonely going through your human journey. And even if you're around a lot of people, right? Even if you have a family and friends and you've got a great social network and whatever it is, it can still feel very lonely. And if you don't have a social network and you don't have friends and family, it can feel even more intense. And there, it can feel like there's a closing in, that you're going to suffocate, that you're going to drown, that you're not going to make it out of this. Your thoughts are consuming you. The emotions are consuming you. There's just like this intensity that may be building up in your world, right? And it can take you. And so I want to just, first of all, remind you that this intensity that we're feeling internally and on the planet, whether you like this or not, it is this natural progression of evolution or intensity of frequency that we're going to keep being in. This idea that it's if this attachment or this idea that it's going to somehow perhaps get easier is something we want to pay attention to, because that's like being in a river and saying, oh, there's never going to be rapids again, right? It has to be so calm. That's how a river's supposed to be. It's supposed to be calm. It's like, no, a river just naturally does what a river does. And if there are big boulders, or if the land goes down a little bit, whatever happens, the water reacts and responds to this natural flow. And so the water doesn't get upset, okay, that it's moving faster. The leaves that are moving down the river, right? The fish, they don't get upset. They know that it's nature, it's natural, right? And so there's this thing that the human does, this grasping that the human does, where things have to be a certain way. They need to get easier. They need to get better. We need to be out of suffering. We need to be out of struggle. And on one side of the coin, that's going to happen. It's already happening. Life is going to become less and less of a state of suffering, because you're becoming more and more aware and comfortable being in life consciously, right? So what that means is that when you become more and more conscious, awake, aware, you are feeling a lot more. Then when you feel a lot more, you realize, holy shit, I can feel. I'm safe to feel everything. Holy shit. Now I'm not running from life as much, running out of situations, running away from things, trying to get out of, trying to numb myself. You start realizing I can feel everything. And you start realizing all of the deep programming, right? Deep programming in the mind that you've been believing. You start to wake up out of it, right? You're like, holy shit, I can be in new ways. I can experience life in new ways. What in the heck? You start relaxing into life. So on one level, you could say life's getting easier or better. But that doesn't mean that life isn't going to throw you curveballs, that you're not going to be given over and over again opportunity where the rapids are going to, take you on a ride, trying to once again remind you, right, that you are not the river, that you are not what you're experiencing, that you can be in this. The whole world is learning how to do this right now, over and over and over again, right? That's why there's so much talk about the nervous system. There's so much talk about taking care of the physical body. Because the more that we embody, the more that you come into your body, the more that you awaken, the more that you become aware, the more that you feel and see and hear, witness, all of it, the more you're going to, the physical body is going to be amplified. You're going to feel more restriction, more tightness. You're going to feel more anxiety in the body, energy moving in the body. You're going to feel whatever, nervousness. There's just going to be a lot more that you're going to feel. It's preparing you to get used to being in the river, being in the rapids, being in flow, being in life, not running from life, right? Not trying to get out of life, watching everything. So here's the analogy I want to share with you. And I want you to imagine, because life is like a river. It's my favorite analogy, is the river analogy. I want you to imagine, especially those of you that are going through things that you are really struggling with and resisting and fighting against or making wrong or wanting out of, or looping a lot, right? That loop. Thank you so much, fuck the names. I'm always fucking up the names for the badge. Thank you for the badge. Let's just do that. Okay, so here's the analogy, and I want you to think about this analogy throughout your day. Okay, so I want you to imagine that we all are in our own lanes in the river, like a bowling alley. Okay, the bowling alley has specific lanes. Hey Wes, and we are in our own lane, but we're in this big river. Okay, and the river is life, and your experience is going to take you through the river. You're going to either be like in rapids where shit's just getting crazy, or you're going to be super calm, or somewhere in between. And you look over to the right and there's somebody in their own lane in the river, right? You're looking over and they are fucking beat up. They are bloody. They are gasping for air. They're like, they're coming up and they're like, they are in some massive rapids, right? They're going through it. And you're looking over, you're like, holy shit, that's incredible. Look at how they're doing their life right now. Like, they are badass. They're in it, And the person in it, whether it's you or someone else, is like, what the fuck? Am I going to survive this? Am I going to make it through this? Like, what is this? Like, are you kidding me? Whether it's heartache, right? For what's going on the planet, whether it's anger, rage, sadness, just literally trying to survive your day, whatever it is. There's a natural progression of it. There is nothing wrong with what you're in. There's nothing wrong with that person going through this natural rapid moment in their river. It's insane to think this shouldn't be happening. It's insane to think they shouldn't be in the rapids right now. It's insane to think they're doing it wrong. That's insanity, because what is happening is what's happening. Right? What's arising in your moment is what's arising in your moment in order to show you how fucking safe you are to be. And you look at somebody else and you're like, yes, right? How many times do you cheer other people on? You're like, you've got this. You go girl. You can do this. You're not that emotion. You're not that relationship. You're not that whatever it is, right? Then it's your turn to be in the rapids and to be able to not breathe, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, this time, no way. I know my girlfriend did it. I know my husband did it. I know whatever, but I'm literally pretty sure going to drown, right? And you forget, oh wait, this is the natural journey. Then you look over to your left, right? And there's people that are just like literally chilling. They are going down the river and they're just good. And you're looking over and you're all beat up. And you're like, what the fuck? Are you serious? You're just chilling? Like, you don't have rapids? Like, you're just chilling, right? And it's like maybe they're just chilling right now. That's just part of their path on the river, right? But it doesn't stay. Nothing stays. You get on a river, you don't know what's coming. You don't know what's around the bend. You have no control over this river. You have no control over life. Thank you for the badge. You have control over the way that you be in the river. You have control over the way you be in this life, which is choice, what you're going to choose. But to think that you are controlling the river is where we find ourselves in so much suffering and pain. That the river that you're in is wrong. That the river that this world is in is wrong. There is nothing wrong with the river that the human collective is in right now. You imagine that the human collective is in a part of the river where literally it is beyond a class 5. If you're aware of the way rivers go, right? Class 5 is like, you're pretty much going to die. Okay? You're good luck. And so the world as a human collective on one level is at a class 5 rapid, class 6 rapid, right? It's intense. It's insane. But to say that there is something wrong with this, to say that it is bad or it should be a different way is literally saying that the natural process of evolution, the natural process of a river is wrong. It's not. What is it doing? What is it allowing for you and I to see? Okay, the big collective, human collective, which is all 7 billion of us, or however many there are, more and more are dying, but however many there are here, it's showing the human collective the shadow that they have been in, the way that they have pretended to be in this world, the way in which we have tried to pretend, right, that there aren't these massive boulders in the human collective river, that people aren't getting beat up over and over and over again, literally and figuratively, right? It's like we are waking up in the massive or whatever they call the rapids, 5.0 freaking rapid. And it's insane. And so what it's doing, what it's allowing is for you to look at how you are being, not trying to change what's happening. You change what's happening by being in completely new ways in the rapid, in the river. And when you do that, others around you in the same rapid start to wake up out of whatever illusion they are in. And the biggest illusion right now is mind control, manipulation, fear, and divide. Mind control, manipulation, which is controlling your mind, your thoughts. Mind control, manipulation, fear, which is basically constantly living in a state of fear. What's going to happen? I better do this, I better do that, whatever that is, the fear, and the divide. So as soon as humanity, this human collective going down this massive 6.0 freaking river where we're literally going to feel like we're going to die, as humanity starts to wake up out of those 4 big things, mind control, manipulation, fear, and divide, and we start being in new ways, oh my freaking God, and we start figuring out individually how to be in this massive rapid without believing that you're going to die, without believing that it's going to kill you, without believing it's going to harm you, then it has a ripple effect, which means that you have to do things differently. We have to be differently in this world. And again, it's the same thing as your own individual lane on the river. Every moment that you are aware of being in this river flow, you are being given an opportunity to do things differently. And the hardest thing that humanity will be challenged with in this human experience is to do things differently, because we are born into a deep, deep programmed state. We are taught what to think. We are taught what to do. We are taught what to feel. We are so deeply programmed that even the ones that are like, I'm not programmed, I am free. I'm out of the matrix. It's absolute and utter bullshit. We are all deeply, deeply programmed, right? And so the more that we can recognize that every moment is an opportunity to trust this natural process of life, to trust that I can be in anything, that I can be in anything. The rapids can be as bad as they want. I will pop back up and look around and be all battered up and bleeding, and I'll just be like, okay, what's next? Because I'll know it's not me. I'll know what the illusion actually is. I'll understand. I'll truly wake up out of the matrix. And you don't wake up out of it. You wake up in it. You wake up in the river. You wake up in your emotions. You wake up in your thoughts. And they're not your thoughts. They're not your emotions. They're just emotions and they're just thoughts. But you wake up in it. You don't sit on the side of the river. Right? Someone said to me in my class, they're like, oh, I just want to sit in the side of the river. I don't want to jump in. It's like, you can stay in the comfortable as long as you want. You can pretend that this horrific shit isn't happening on the planet as long as you want. You can create positive visualizations, right? That this horrific stuff isn't happening. And you can create positive visualizations that the shit in your life isn't happening. But eventually life's going to literally kick you back into the river. It's going to kick you back in. There's nothing wrong with the river. There will be a landslide. There will be a thunderstorm. You will not be able to stay in the most comfortable, peaceful, love and light place that you think life's here to gift you with. Life is chaos. Life is up and down. Life is calm, and then it is freaking rapids. Life is scars, and life is brand new cuts. Life is not this like holier than thou, love, light, and positivity. The true master that you're becoming is the one that literally allows everything. It feels everything. It allows all the thoughts. It's not running from the next corner that you're going to turn. It's not hiding. It's not blaming other people. It's not pretending that horrific things aren't happening. It's getting more and more curious. Get more and more curious. You are deprogramming yourself from the deep, deep unconscious programmed states that you've been in. That's what you're doing. Every moment is gifting you that. And the whole world, the whole human collective is being gifted with deprogramming themselves. Deprogramming. So what do you automatically think when a word pops in? Or when a type of person, when a type of group of people pop in, right? Where do you go? When you think about certain moments in history, what do you immediately go to? Whatever you go to, your knee-jerk reaction, that's programming. If I say to you, what does anger feel like? And you have an immediate reaction to it, that's programming. It's a program. Thank you for the badge. Everything is programmed. Every word, every experience, it's taught to you. It's told to you. And breaking free is realizing that you are here to be in this. To look to the right and to the left and to see all these other humans going down the river with you. And it's a shit show. If your life isn't a shit show every once in a while, you're not in life. If you're not moving in and out of sadness and pain and joy and bliss and fear and all the other emotions that are completely available in this quantum field called the river, I don't know where you are. And to negate, push away, meditate out of the most miraculous experience, which is the physical human life on a river. What the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? You came onto the planet into a human body as a soul to experience all of it. Not to pick and choose, not to push aside, not to numb out, not to pretend, not to stay comfortable, not to ignore. You came into the human body at this time so that you could master it, so that you could go down the freaking river with your hands up saying, holy shit, this is insane. Oh my God, am I going to make it around the corner? Yes, I am. Let's keep going. You guys, we're none of this. This is the ride. We are all one. We all have the same blood rushing through our bodies. Holy shit, we all came down here to experience this. Oh my God, there are these really intense energies that want to pull us to the side of the river and say, you don't want to do that. You don't want to master the river. You don't want to empower yourself. You don't want to realize that you're none of it. I'm going to convince you of fear. I'm going to convince you that you're different than other people. I'm going to convince you that certain people are good and certain people are bad. There is this small energy, call it whatever you want to call it, okay? I don't care. Reptilians, freaking dark agendas, doesn't freaking matter. What matters is whether you are being in it or not, and it's going to constantly try to pull you to the side of the river so that you don't play in life, so that you don't master it, so that you are no longer fearless. You are empowered, you are aligned, you are embodied, you are not running from any freaking emotion, and you're not believing any thought. Welcome to the evolution in human consciousness. This is what you're doing here. And of course, like I say so many times, you're on the front lines. You're doing it first as this amazing, miraculous, badass, light, warrior, spirit, soul, consciousness, awareness. I don't care what word you use. That's why you're here. Front lines. It's go time. Don't go to the side. Don't play in the fear. Don't play in the manipulation. Don't play in the mind control. Don't play in the divide. Don't try to get out of anything you're in. Don't move into love and light. Move into the badass warrior that's going to go down the river and say, bring it on. A big rapid's coming. I am so in. I'm fucking in. Let's go. There's a huge boulder in the middle. I'm in. I'm going to do it. Because every single time you go down those rapids, you get more and more adept at going down the rapids, right? And the more that you get adept at going down the rapids, guess what happens? You're no longer afraid. Life becomes this miraculous roller coaster ride where you're like, holy shit, what are we doing next? Did you survive that one? You're like, I survived it, but I almost drowned. Yeah, but that was incredible, right? Yeah, it was incredible. Your heart's wide open. You're loving the people that are still in massive fear. You're looking at them and saying, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm so sorry that you're afraid. I'm so sorry that you think certain people are one way and certain people are another. I'm so sorry that you're still in this deep, deep illusion. I understand. You still believe that this river is out to get you. You still believe that life is out to get you. I get it. You know, back there a mile down the river, I was in the same boat. We don't get upset with people because they're still believing what they're believing, or they're doing what they're doing, or they're feeling what they're feeling, right? Don't do that. Cheer them on. Have compassion for them. Understand in some small capacity that you were once where they are, and do it differently. Do life differently. Stop looking out at the world or looking at your own inner world and thinking there's something wrong with you, or that there's something wrong with the earth, with humanity. This is the awakening that humanity has been waiting for thousands of years. This is what it looks like. Yes, it looks like massive, distorted, illusionary war. It looks like propaganda. It looks like coercion. It looks like mass genocide and murder. It looks like famine. It looks like human rights being taken away. It looks like pedophilia and all the other shit. Yes, welcome to a holy shit planet that is evolving out of some very, very, very dark consciousnesses. Welcome. We are getting used to being on this planet in that duality and polarity in order to shift it. And the way that we shift it is that we stand in it. You stand in it, my friend. You freaking stand in it. And you feel it. And you recognize the mind control. You recognize the fear. You recognize the manipulation. And you recognize the divide. And you choose how you want to be. You choose how you want to be. There are no mistakes. There is nothing that you are going through that is wrong. Nothing. There are no accidents. The river can't fuck it up. You look at a river and you're like, fuck, that river just fucked that part up. No, it didn't. What are you talking about? It's perfect. You never look at a river and say, that part shouldn't be there. Nope. That's a messed up fucking part of the river. Pretty sure that should have never happened. What are you talking about? Life is nature. Life is flow. And unfortunately or fortunately, you have chosen as a soul to be here at this time during a massive physical shift in consciousness. Which means that we are being pummeled and forced back into a river over and over again in order to remember that we are safe to be in the river. You're safe to be in it. Put your fucking hands up. Get dirty. Get scarred. Get scraped up. Have fun. Know that everything that is happening to you right now. Hey, David, I love you, my friend, so much. Ugh, you are an incredible human. If you guys don't know davidlyon.love, go follow that man. He's absolutely, seriously magic. On top of literally magic, doing magic, he's magic. I get distracted. Just remember, you guys. Remember. Don't get out of the river. Don't jump. Jump out of it. Don't stay safe. Don't stay comfortable. Get uncomfortable. It's why you're here. And when that river finally jets us out into the ocean, and we all look around, right? Are you going to look back at the river and say, that was a mistake? No. You won't, I promise. It may not be easy right now. It may be tough and challenging. You may want out. But there's a bigger part of you that knows why you came here. It's to be in this. It's to help humanity wake up. It's to help humanity get back into their hearts. It's to help humanity get back into their bodies. And when we get pushed out into the ocean, right? And we look back, we're all just floating back in that oneness, right? Imagine the ocean being that oneness. How'd you do? How much did you beat yourself up? How much did you beat others up? How courageous were you? How badass were you? Did you do the things that scared you? Did you remember why you came on the planet? Okay. That's it. I love you guys. I'll save this. Go follow davidlyon.love if you're not following that man. He's absolute incredible magic. Okay. Go back and listen to the beginning of this. Be in life. Be courageous. Be badass. Be the master. Get scarred. Get beaten up. We're all in this together. We're all in this river. We're all going through something. We all are. Nobody is immune to the awakening. Nobody is immune to the evolution. You want to jump on right now, David? I have like 15 minutes. I can jump on with you really, really quick. I can bring you on. I've got about, 10 minutes. Okay, I'll bring you on. Just accepted. See if it worked. Oh, there you go. Hey!
What's poppin', Lori lad?
I love you so much. My heart literally, every time I see your name, I literally start to get tears, and I'm like, hold it back, hold it back, hold it back. You guys, if you don't know David, you are literally like, I mean, there's very few people I reach out to when I'm in dire straits, or just, and it's always you. It's like my guides are always like, go to David, go to, and you're just the most incredible human ever. So
thank
I
you,
love
Lori.
you.
I love you too. You're so sweet and you're so brilliant. Every time you're on live, I just want to jump on and like show you a bunch of love. You're such a like just gentle and brilliant soul, and I fucking love you so much. Like, thank you for you.
Yeah. Where are you? Back in LA?
I'm in LA. I'm in La La Land.
La La Land.
Yes,
I love
yes.
it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Where are you at in the world?
Marin County by San Francisco.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking of going down to LA because I know Daniel Page is down there right now, and Anna's there. You're there. There's a little tribe there.
Oh, please
Yeah.
come. Please come.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just caught the tail end of your live stream. I didn't catch, I don't know the full context of what you were talking about, but I just felt the potency of the energy of like I don't even know the analogy for what you were talking about, like staying in the river, but I was just feeling the vibe when I came in. I'm like I want to be here. I want to soak in these vibes.
It's so interesting because I've been this past year, I don't know what it's been like for you, but it's been really inward for me. It's been a deep, deep, deep inward journey. So I've been more quiet in terms of my channel, like pulling in and providing a deeper sense of guidance.
Hmm.
And so the last month I've been, and even today, it was deeply today, it was like your channel is now opening back up. You're now sort of, you've gone through a deep sort of transformation. And so it's time for you to like open that channel back up and start serving. And so today was the first day where it was like really about others and not just my own inner fucking world of like what the fuck, because you know this, but as somebody that shows up and guides people, it's really difficult, at least for me, to be in that guiding state when I'm going through my own stuff.
100%.
Right.
100%. Yeah, and it's funny you're talking to this because I literally just did a live stream about this yesterday. Because literally every one of my psychic friends who I've been talking to over the last few months have all been going through it, feeling the intensity, feeling very inwards, and just feeling very human was the best way that we kept saying, like, I feel so human, and I was going through, I want to say like a good like month and a half where I didn't really have a strong sense of spirit. I wasn't feeling my inspiration or desire to serve or desire to create. And because it lasted so long, I was like, what's going on? Like, is it this? Is it that? And it was definitely very tiresome and challenging. And then yesterday, I decided to call up my friend Anna, a different Anna, and she's also another psychic friend. And I was just telling her about where I was at. I don't feel my sense of spirit. I'm curious if you have any reflections for me. And she was like, she's like, you know, she's like, I'm so happy you called because I've been feeling the same way. But since I'm talking to you, you know, it's easier to see from the outside in. And what she said to me really landed. She's like, you know, I feel like you've been resisting surrendering even more into your human because it feels less magical. But there's actually a whole other level of magic available in your human. And you think you're resisting your human, but it's your spirit leading you into your human. So actually, you're resisting your spirit.
Mm.
And I was just like, damn.
Dude, it's so profound what you just said, because a lot of us in the spiritual community, or even in the self-help community, or like anything that you're trying to fix or change or get out of, you think that there's like this place to go, like there's a higher world we're supposed to find and go to, right? Like there's something other than the dense physical human experience. It's got to be outside of that. It's got to be beyond that.
Yeah.
You know? And I think what we're being, especially if you are kind of like this more intense kind of channel, there's this deep humbling of like, oh shit, bitch, you got to get down in, you're going down into like, this is like a descending, you know. And what I've been realizing is, as there's like more of a descending down into that that gritty humanness, and then opening back up, the opening back up is more soft and subtle, you know what I mean, as opposed to the intensity of you know, we're probably, you and I are probably used to getting like real intense downloads. It's like, oh, this is so good.
Yep.
And I think it kind of merges and becomes more soft as we descend back down into more of that dense human physical world. Like I always think of Jesus, right? And it's like, well, he wasn't channeling, like he was a badass warrior on the ground with like dirty feet, and like, you know, he was in the trenches, and you know, but he was so connected to that Christ consciousness. There was
Right.
no doubt about who he was and what he was receiving as God.
Right.
You know?
Right. Totally. Yeah. You know, yeah, you know, I feel like I didn't fully understand what was meant. You know, everyone was talking about the eclipse season that just passed, and, you know, the solar eclipse happened to be on my birthday on the 14th.
Oh, no way.
Right. And then there was the lunar eclipse 2 weeks later, which was on Heather's birthday, activation vibration. And you know, it's like I received the messages and I read the messages about, you know, it's a major death and rebirth and a shedding of old skin, and it's almost like I've become accustomed to hearing that so often that I didn't actually understand the gravity of what was meant by death and rebirth. And because that's like, now that I'm looking back, now that I'm feeling more in my power, in my magic, in my gifts, it there is a newness to it. It's like there's a familiarity and a newness, but it very much feels like, oh no, that was a major death and rebirth. This feels like brand new, and I just wasn't fully grasping that, no matter how much I knew the messages, you know. And it does feel like very earthy in a sense, you know. It's like we all, you know, there's that whole heaven on earth mission, but it's like we love the heaven, but there is the earth part, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think when I felt the exact same way. It's almost like I didn't have control this time of like, you know, oh, I'm gonna go through this portal, and I'm rebirthing. There seems to be a sense of control still that I kind of had over my growth, or over like transformation, and this time it felt very out of control.
Yep.
Like something was happening that I couldn't pinpoint, and I had to, and I think that's part of the human too, is like
Right.
um, letting that part of our ego die, like more and more of that control but also not being in the comfortable place of spirit, loud spirit, right? So it's like, wait, there's no fucking loud spirit guiding me. I'm full of like ego trying to figure this out, and that's dying. And so it's like this weird in between place where that magic happens, where it's
Right.
like,
Right. It's almost like a calling to expand our definition of
yeah,
magic, right? The places where it doesn't feel magical, where we don't feel in our magic, is it really that it's not magical, or do we need to expand our definition of magic so we can experience it in a different way? For example, the places that we call human, you know, subconsciously we're saying not magical, or at least myself, I'll speak for myself, right? You know, so it does feel like a calling to expand that definition of magic and be like, you know, there's more. Magic is infinite, so it wouldn't be infinite except human.
right,
Right?
right. That's why the Buddha's always laughing, right?
Right.
Because it's, you know, he kind of sees the joke, the cosmic joke in it all.
Totally.
That there's something other than just the ordinary that is the extraordinary, right? Like the ordinary is what's so extraordinary. The magic is in these mundane moments. I mean, it's right here all the time, and but we have to kind of peel back all these different layers that we have, you know, and layers aren't bad. The layers could be, you know, how we serve and how we show up and who we think we are in the world for people and to people. And that's like that death process over and over again.
Totally.
It's yeah, it's been a wild freaking ride. I can't, but I'm so with you. I feel so much more, I feel different. I feel different. That's the only thing I can say. It's like I just feel different.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
you know?
I'm curious, like, what have you been doing to navigate yourself through these times? And what do you feel yourself called to step into more, if you have a sense of that?
I mean, I think, I mean, how I've gotten through it is honestly like deep, deep trust. Like
Mm,
just continuing to fall into this sense of trust that's so much like the like an embodiment of trust. Like I'm actually being trust
mm,
instead of,
mm.
oh yeah, I trust, I trust, I trust. It's like, no, when there's an embodiment of trust, it's next level because there's a relaxing into, that's kind of the analogy today of the river. It's like,
Mm,
you know, I can go
mm.
down the river and literally get beat up, you know, bloodied face, drowning, like, oh my God, trying to grasp for air and know that it's all okay.
Right.
Right. That this is, so I was stepping into that and then forgot the other question you asked, but um,
What you feel yourself called to step into.
oh, this more authentic expression with more confidence,
Right.
like um the we all came here for something, for some mission role, whether it's just being a mom and magnificently raising children, you know, or whatever it is, right? Playing the role that you and I play, whatever it is. But there is a deeper calling, I think, for all of us to step into that more authentic expression of
Yes.
that, like authentic, vulnerable, powerful, embodied, honest.
Yes.
And yeah, so a lot of unworthiness and lack and insecurity is not, it just isn't, it can't last much longer through what's kind of happening, you
Totally.
know.
And
Ew.
you said something that sparked me. There was, you know, when you said that what's been helping you navigate is this deep level of trust. I feel like you have a code there, like you have this kind of unique relationship. Because when you said it, I don't know, it just sparked me. So I'm curious, like, what has allowed you, or what allows you to be so deeply steeped in trust when so much shit is seemingly going wrong?
what other choice do I have? It's kind of what I sit with.
That's a good answer.
It's like I look at all the other options, and everything's a choice. And so I just constantly come back to the conscious choice of trust, which just feels like being open and receptive to the world. It feels like magic to me, because if I can let go of knowing, if I can be in the unknown, that's where the magic is, right? And
Right.
anytime I'm trying to control something or figure something out or be in charge, magic can arise.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah.
And
Yeah.
and when you experience trust, do you experience it as like a stream of energy that you're attuned to? Do you experience it in your heart? I'm curious what your experience is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good question, because I was really, something really shifted this morning in me with that as well. Because, I'm going through this breakup, and it's like really rattling my sense of control, right? And trust. And so I dropped in, and all I can say is it's a feeling state that it opens the heart, where it's like a receptivity, a relaxing, like you're kind of, your arms relax down, your body moves into this receptive state where it's very feminine almost, right? It's a very feminine kind of feeling where I can be taken care, life can take care of me, like life can serve me. Life is serving me, and I can receive, and I can be open. And it's different. Everything's different when you move from mind into body with it, right? So first
Right.
we're think in order to first kind of calculate how we're going to be in the world, right? But then eventually it has to drop into that beingness, and then it's like, oh, this is what it means to trust, or to, so it's open, it's receptive, it's feminine, um it's knowing that, oh, I'm taken care of, and constantly like bringing my awareness to that beingness, because I can immediately go into, holy shit, this and that, and just kind of trying to calculate the world and control the world and make things wrong or good or whatever.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep. Yeah, I so feel that. And yeah, I feel inspired to offer like an activation of sorts to your audience here if they want to deepen and anchor and trust, if that's okay.
Yeah, I have 4 minutes. I have to get on a call. Can you do it in 4 minutes?
1,000%.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, and please feel free to compliment anywhere you feel called to jump in if you do, or just receive whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, trust is such an important thing. And that's why I felt it so important for Lori to speak deeper into it, because I knew she was tapping and tuning into something that more people like yourselves are wanting to experience more of. So if you want to anchor more into trust in this moment, in the next 2 minutes, then I'll invite you to just take a moment to close your eyes, wherever you're listening from. And then to just take a moment as you close your eyes to just feel that spark or that stream of trust that we're speaking to. And whether you could feel it strongly or whether you feel it gently, know that all is okay, but you're going to begin to feel this stream of trust that you know and you can sense. And it's okay if you have doubts there or fears, but it's there and it's unconditional. And just notice how it can begin to stream into you, perhaps from the crown down. And notice how you could begin to receive it more now. And without needing to know the how or the when or the what of whatever situation you might be in, good or bad, notice that this energy, call it God, call it trust, call it the universe, is present. And my invitation to you is just to continue to let this into your heart as you move about your day. Noticing that there's something streaming into you now, and you can continue to carry it and walk with it as you move throughout your day. Perhaps asking yourself, what would someone who truly trusted, what would someone who truly loves himself do next? And move with that energy.
Love that question. Say it again. We say it again.
What would someone who truly trusted themselves or who truly loved themselves do next in every moment? Notice the feeling of that, how it dances through you. What would someone who truly trusted life, source, the universe, do next in every given moment? Even if it's nothing except letting yourself receive the trust and love that's there. Because one of the beauties of life is that you don't need to give in order to receive. You could just let yourself receive. And that's my offering for y'all.
I love you, my friend, so much. Oh my God, what an absolute gift.
I love you too. You're so beautiful, Lori. You're so brilliant. I'm so excited to give you a big squeeze and hug.
Yes.
And we definitely got to do more lives.
Absolutely. I was thinking about that when my eyes are closed. I was like, oh man, we got to do more of these. It's so juicy. It feels so good to come back out and to re-engage in the world. So yes. Thanks for that inspiration. We'll definitely jump on again. I love you to the moon and back. You guys got to follow David. So he's right up there if you can see him. davidlyon.love. And I'll talk to you soon, my friend. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. Have a good one. Peace, y'all.
Bye.